Hi, I'm Dr. Brant Larsen. Welcome to the video. We'll be talking about 14 symptoms of blocked sinuses. Sinus trouble was one of the things that led me down my career path. I had horrendous allergies, horrible sinus congestion, horrible sinus issues growing up, and it wasn't until much later that I fully resolved and I figured out the problem, and I now have much clearer sinuses, virtually perfect. There's still a little bit there, but sinus issues are one of those things that are just problematic, troublesome for many people. And Hi, I'm Dr. Brant Larsen. Welcome to the video. We'll be talking about 14 symptoms of having blocked sinuses. Sinus trouble was one of the things that got me into my career path many years ago. It's such a problem. It's such an issue with so many people having sinus congestion. I know what that feels like I mentioned. Not being able to speak, and it kind of, even many people, it shies them away. It shies them away from society because you don't want to talk too much. Your sinuses are all clogged all the time. Oftentimes, with blocked sinuses, you have a blockage of the ears as well, so you can't hear. So there are many ramifications of having blocked sinuses. So, number one, bad breath. You've got that drainage all the time. You've got mucus and things up in this area. The chances of you having bad breath are much greater. Same thing with bad taste in the mouth. It's the same thing, right? Breath and mouth or taste. So having that, you're always tasting mucus essentially. Number three, head congestion. So a fullness in the sinuses, a fullness in the face, congested all the time, obviously blocked sinuses. Four, facial pain. So you could have even pain throughout the frontal area, the maxilla bones here in the front, or the frontal bone. Facial pain is one of them because you have pressure in there, sinus pressure. Five is fatigue. So oxygen is vital for life, as we know. And if you're not getting airflow in properly, you're not oxygenating the body. So therefore, fatigue is one of the symptoms of this. 6, discolored nose mucus, nasal mucus. It could be yellow, it could be green. Runny nose, stuff coming out of there because it's now infected. You've created this situation where you have this swamp up here and it's not free flowing. And the longer it sits there, the more chances of you having a chronic nose, nasal, sinus congestion infection is prevalent. 7, discolored post-nasal drainage. So this is the drainage that's behind the nose down into the throat. This is one of the causes of the bad breath and the taste in the mouth because this stuff is coming down the back of the throat. Number 8, headaches, kind of like facial pain, right? Headaches, you get the frontal sinuses here, you've got the maxillary sinuses, but the frontal ones, you just get that face pain, headache pain. 9, loss of smell and taste. So when your sinuses and your nose is all congested and blocked, your olfactory nerve is cranial nerve 1. There's 12 cranial nerves, or 12 pairs. Cranial nerve 1 deals with smell. And it's up in that sinus nasal type region, and this can get distorted from the mucus. And if you can't smell, chances are you can't taste very well either. 10, nasal obstruction or blockage, right? It's an obvious symptom. 11 is head pressure or tension, kind of similar to a headache basically, just another way of wording it. 12, sore upper teeth. You may not consider this one all the time. You might think, oh, I have a tooth problem. I had this horribly as a kid. When I get a cold or I get my massive allergy symptoms at certain times of the year, my upper teeth just ached and ached and ached. And the reason is because the roots of those teeth go right up next to the maxillary sinus. This is the maxilla bone here on each side. And those teeth go up there, especially the back ones. And some people, the roots of the teeth actually go up in the sinus. And mine did that because I had to have a tooth extracted back here. Long story, bad dental work, things like that. But they actually punched a hole through. And it wasn't because it was a bad dentist by any means. Great guy. I recommend him all the time. But my roots were up into that sinus. It was one reason why that tooth was failing, was because there's that congestion up in the top. So sore upper teeth is from the roots that come up into your sinus cavity or even close to it. 13, a fever. You can have a fever from that. And then shivers, chills. Fever and chills kind of go hand in hand, right? drlarsen.com is my website if you want to learn more. Like I said, blocked sinuses. I've got a video on causes of this as well. Has to do with some infections. Has to do with cranial misalignments. You can watch that video on YouTube or on my website as well. And I will see you next time.